One of the things about prospecting for gold with a metal detector is you never know what you're going to find, and what you're going to find may not include gold. And so what I want to talk about, it's important to not just forever go to the same place. That was what I called the Pounded Patch Tour, and it's a place that in all honesty, within the last few weeks, I've found gold at both of the places that Jeff and I went to. And so, just because you found gold within the last couple weeks doesn't mean that you're not going to get skunked sometimes. When I first started going out to that place, I found gold every time I went. Then after a while, once in a while, I get skunked. And then skunking became more and more common, and I found less and less gold. And like I was saying, at one point, the average size of the pieces kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So it's important to get out and try new places. That's why exploration is important. You can't just continue to dig in the same spots over and over again and expect that somehow you're going to find loads of gold every time. Because, as I said to Jeff, it doesn't grow back. So, research to find new places. And you're going to see me in upcoming videos going to some new places that I've not gone to before. Now, one of the things about going to new places, you don't have a guarantee that you're going to find gold there. And I've gone to new places and found gold, and no one else has ever been there. I have a place that I go that I found gold at. It was a new place that I tried a few years back, and I still get gold most of the time. It is a place that never really did produce a lot of bigger pieces, but I still find gold there. It's still fairly new. But you got to keep doing research to find new places. It's one of the things that gets guys into a rut and gets them to where they stop going out looking for prospecting for gold. What happens is, you find, no gold, you get skunked enough times at a place you don't want to go back, right? But they don't have any research to find new places. They haven't gone out and explored. And so, they just kind of give up because all the places that they know about not yielding much gold anymore. So to find new places and get new ideas of places to try, there's different things that you can do. One is state geologists or mining reports. There's a lot of states where they've done mining in the past, that you can look at the state and they have done all these reports. Nevada, my home state, California, where I do a lot of prospecting, Alaska, and a lot of states are like that. They have all kinds of old reports that tell about the mines, the geology, what was found there, where they finding really fine gold dust, where they finding big nuggets, what were they finding, it has that kind of information. So that's a great place to get ideas. And of course, if you get an idea, there's usually a lot of information that tells you about what you're going to be looking for. Another one is mining area history books. I have a whole bunch of books written by guys, the history of so-and-so county, history of mining in so-and-so area. And, and some of them are just, history of the such and such valley, and it turns out, that area is an area that they mine gold. So it's part of the history. And I've gotten some great ideas out of books like this. Old newspapers, I didn't put that down here, but old newspapers can be the same kind of thing. Although, you don't have a usually easy access to it. People write history books because they're interested in an area. Now, topographic maps. Topo maps are available. You can download them, and a lot of times they have very high level of detail and show you where old mines or mining areas were, and shows about the roads of how to get to them. One of the most important things is you got to be able to get to a place to try it out, right? So topographic maps, and then Google Earth and LiDAR. Now, Google Earth is a great tool. I use it all the time. I haven't used LiDAR maps, but I know some people who have, and they're can be really useful. It's just not something that I've used a lot at this point. But Google Earth, you can see over areas, you can see where places where mining has taken place in the past. In the desert, you can see all kinds of old mining disturbances. In national forest areas where the trees are heavy, sometimes it's hard to see down through the trees. The canopy of the trees kind of blocks things out. But in a lot of areas where mining was done, the trees don't grow as well. Maybe they mined off the surface soil, or maybe they dug some stuff up. And so Google Earth is a great tool. Google Earth, like I say, can show roads into a place just like topo maps. And in fact, Google Earth sometimes shows the existence of roads that aren't on topo maps, and will take you how to get there. Now, and finally, last, just Google itself. I get a lot of people who ask me questions like, well, I live in such and such, where can I find gold? I had a guy just the other day sent me a message, real nice guy and everything. He said, hey, I want to take my dad out to find some gold, some actual gold in the wild, and but I live in Texas, and there's no gold in Texas. Where should I maybe go? And the thing is, of course there's gold in Texas. Now, there's not a lot. And the guy had said, I'm not trying to strike it rich. I just wanted my dad to find some gold. And it's like, perfect. Because, in Texas, you're not going to strike it rich. But there is gold to be had there. The Llano River has gold in it, and people pan for gold in that area a lot of times. There's all kinds of places. And you can just Google things, hey, I live in Iowa, gold panning in Iowa, or gold prospecting, or history of gold mining in Iowa, or you can put all kinds of things like that into Google and get various responses. Don't just put one, or you can even do a county, like history of gold mining in El Dorado County, California. Well, El Dorado, it tells you by the name, it's been a lot of gold mined there, but you can do things like that, and Google will spit out an amazing amount of information. So all this stuff put together, it takes time. People don't want to do it. But if you have success, you keep going back to the same place, eventually that wonderful place that yielded all that gold to you is going to start being a disappointment. And you'll need to go out and find new places. That's the history of the prospector. The old-time prospector that they show in the old movies, the crazy old guy with a mule going out into the desert. The idea is you have to keep looking for places. It's a perpetual search. And using these tools and the information that's available, if you put your effort to it, it can be kind of like homework from school days. But if you get interested in it, it can be a fascinating, you're basically like a detective going after some guy, you're searching for information. The guy you're going after is Mr. Gold, right? So you're going after him using old geology reports and mining area histories, maps, Google. All that stuff can add up to getting you over new gold areas. And maybe, just maybe, gold areas that nobody else has done before, or at least nobody has done, nobody has really beaten to death before.
And just to show that exploration methods really do work, and it is worthwhile to get out and really explore and hit areas and try new things and drive down new roads. I want to show you that I did do some exploration after this video, and I got onto a nice patch, with 1.8 ounces of nuggets, and they're pretty good. Of course, the biggest one is close to half an ounce. And so you can see that if you do the right exploration and you really do get out there and try new areas, well, you can get out and find some nice gold. Now, it doesn't always work. Most of the time when I explore a new area, it's usually a swing and a miss, but you just keep trying and have that persistence of the prospector, to really hang in there and do it, and eventually you'll get into some nice gold like this.
So anyway, this is my video about It started out me showing Jeff some areas where I've found gold in the past. And I've found gold, within recent weeks. But it turned into a lesson in why exploration is so important. Why we need to do research to find new places. And if you stuck with me long enough to know that, then you've learned the lesson. And you'll really learn more and more. Now, if you want to learn more about, not so much about places, but the techniques of finding gold, the skill of going out and finding gold. And yeah, I do cover doing research pretty well in my book as well. I wrote a book called Fistful of Gold. It's got those information that you need to have the skill to find gold, and it does talk about these things, teach lessons about doing research. There's some examples and that sort of thing. So if you're interested in that, well, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my book right now. This is my book, Fistful of Gold. And like I say, it's an encyclopedia of prospecting. And, if you want to go out and find your own nuggets, you want to go find your own gold, you want to be successful, well, it's about what you know. The guys who are finding gold, they have a knowledge. It's a skill. I sometimes compare it to like being an electrician. Just buying a voltmeter at Home Depot doesn't make you a journeyman electrician. And having a sluice box or metal detector or gold pan doesn't make you a successful prospector. It's about what you know, right? And that's why I wrote this book. Like I say, it's an encyclopedia. It has stuff that really is for beginners. It has stuff that's for mid-level guys that have learned the basics and want to learn more. And it has even some more advanced things for guys that have some experience but want to learn even more. And I've actually run into people in the field where they tell me something and I say, oh, that's a pretty advanced concept. Where'd you learn that? And then they said, I read your book. So, it has a real high rating on Amazon, and it's available either from Amazon or from High Plains. Now, High Plains Prospectors, they're an outfit that's a mail order prospecting equipment dealer. They have everything you can imagine from, a simple gold pan through basic metal detectors all the way to high-end metal detectors and other stuff. If you need it for the prospecting games, High Plains has it. And you can get a discount code with them. If you order something from them, use the discount code Chris Ralph. It's CHRISRALPH in all caps, no space in between Chris and Ralph. And you can get a discount off of what you're buying from them. And then they have my book. You can get my book from them. And so they're really great guys, and I've dealt with them for a while, and I'm happy to recommend them because, like I say, they're good dudes. So if you want to learn more about prospecting, consider my book, Fistful of Gold. And be sure to take a look at my YouTube episodes. I've got lots of videos and lots of information on YouTube. And, I oftentimes get people say, hey, Chris, why don't you make a video on XYZ, right? And it's like 90% of the time, it's like, I already have a video on XYZ. Take a look. And so if you're interested, look at my back catalog of videos because there's a lot of good information there. And we'll see you in the next video.